Hello everyone. On this video we will go over the steps needed to install Apache Maven in your computer, and I've noted them all down here so that we have them as a reference as we perform each step. And first of all, downloading and installing Java JDK and setting up its environmental variable. Now, I believe every one of you should have done this so far. That's how you're using Java, right? So those two steps are already done. Just to check, if you need to check whether it is or not, you can go to your command prompt and say there that you want to test it, saying Java version will show whether you have it installed or not. In this case, we see the Java version that we have. All right, so if you actually see this screen showing up this way, having or not the exact same version that I'm having right now there, tells you that these two steps are okay for you. All right, now if you have those two steps, which since you've been using Java so far, all of you already must have it, then what we will do, we will go to the official Apache Maven site here and download the zip file we need. So we can go to the page there, and if we copy that link in our web here, we should be able to go to the page. Now on this page, we are going to say download our Apache Maven, and we're going to go to download the binary zip file. And once we do that, it's still downloading, so it will be downloaded in our computer, and we can find that in our downloads folder. So I see it is still finishing up downloading, so we'll wait for it for a couple of seconds, and then we can extract it there. All right, so let's go ahead and extract this here. We'll extract on the same, we can extract exactly on the same folder there for the moment, right? So what we'll do, we'll just say extract it here on our downloads, and we can perform other steps from there. All right, as you see now, we have our folder here. It's leading us to inside the folder as well. Now, the fourth step is we just unzip the file in this location. We unzipped it here. And what are we going to do now? We're copying all of its contents where we want to install it. So we want to install this on C program files Maven. All right, so we can easily say that, okay, let's go to our C drive here. Let's open that on a new window. And I want to go to program files, and I want to create a new folder here. And I will call this, so it will ask for your permission because this is a system folder. And it's going to say, we can say Maven here. And in the folder that we just created, we want to paste all the tools that came up with our Maven. So here it will just take a moment. You have to approve through every step on what you're transporting to, and we will do this for all what you're transporting to the systems library. That's why it needs your permission. It needs to be admin. So now, so far we have done what? We completed first two steps already, believing they were completed, and then we completed step 3 by downloading it, downloading Maven from its official site. Now we have completed step 4 by pasting everything that we got from Maven into our location here, which is C program files Maven. All right, now the next step here is we need to create the environmental variables for Maven as well. Now we can search for env, environmental variables here, and we can go to edit the system environmental variables. This will take us to this system window here, and at the end of it we can go to the environmental variables. In these environmental variables, now because we assume these first two steps were already filled by you because you are actually using Java, this must remind you regarding the steps that you did when you installed Java, because we all know that you must have went here, and you have two options, as we note on the note, as I have noted here, is that for the first and second steps and fifth and sixth steps here, you can either say that I want to create a Java home file and then include that location onto the path, or I want to create same here, I want to just direct the location of the Java into my path here. So what are we going to do? In this case, steps 5 says that create an environmental variable and call it m2 home, right? And it needs to point to the location where we have installed Maven, so here. So what are we going to say here? We are saying here, let's create a new one, new variable, we will call it m2 home, and then we want to point it where we want to copy the C program files Maven there. So that's now we have created, and you should see you must have now an m2 home variable which points where to C program files Maven. Now as you have that, that is our fifth step, then we have done it. Now add that to your path as, and I've put this note in here how you should write that, basically using percentages, showing that we are referring to m2/bin, which means we want to point the system to the Maven here and bin folder. So how can we do that? By using the variable that we just created. So we can go to the path here and say add new, and in this case we can just surround m2 home with percentages, and then we can point to the location of the bin folder. Now this is one way how you can do it, right? The other way how you can do step 5 and 6 is just by copying this whole path into the same location of the path, and you can do that as well. That will work for you too. Now that we're done with that, we want to check whether it is whether this is working for us or not. So we want to just test our Maven. So again, we go to our command prompt, and now we want to run mvn. So same as I've noted here, we want to run mvn dash version. So mvn dash version, and we should see the version that we just installed here, that Apache Maven version 3.8.5, and this is where our home is for the Maven. That's where the folder that we created, and this is the Java version that we are using as well, and of course we have some operating system information there too. Okay, so please perform these steps one by one, take your time, and at the end, you should be able to see your Maven installed. All right. Thank you for following. Have a good day.